Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me... Oh my gosh! It was recording? No way! Alright, wagwan my G. Today I'm gonna be showcasing my service hours and that. I've just made a 30-minute video about all the service I've done, and it's 30 minutes, so or 25 minutes. So I figured Mrs. Spiller's gonna give me an F for that, man. I got bomber class. I've got sorry, that was a bit of Jamaican. Sorry, I keep slipping out. Holy. So I figured I've got to make a shorter one. I'll make this one 6 minutes to make up for the intro. I'll have the intro about 1 minute, which it is going right now. It's about 45 seconds right now. It is 8:53 p.m. I've spent 2 hours on my last video, and I'm about to be going. 3, 2, 1, it's showdown. So the first bit of service, which will be shown right here, I'll let you guys take a look at that for a second. So essentially what this is, let me put that back up for you guys in case you missed it. Take a second look, please. Yeah. So what that was is that's gonna be the faith walk. That'll be the faith walk. So I'm using photos graciously provided by Andrew, and the faith walk, essentially, I walked with a group of friends from St. Benedict Parish downtown somewhere. I don't know. I just followed the herd. The gardens. They have the You know what I'm talking about. You were there. Except Kennedy was not there. She was not there. Slacker. But essentially, I saw Christ through the struggles that we actually went through. Because my feet, they actually hurt kind of bad. Like, look at this. So I'm not showing you that. That you're not allowed to see that. But if you were to have seen it, I mean, they're very pristine and very pretty. But after the walk, they hurt. So I can only imagine what Jesus felt. That would have been actually so painful. Could you imagine? You have to lug a huge, heavy cross that you're going to be crucified on. So you got that weighing down the back of your mind. You got the weight of a cross weighing down on the back of your shoulder, top of your shoulder. And your feet are literally being pierced by rocks in your knees. That's like actually so painful. And I was wearing shoes too. He probably had no shoes. And he was getting like pelted with rocks. That's crazy. So I kind of like saw all the struggles that Jesus went through. I didn't experience it to the full capacity that he did, but I understand, because that was pretty difficult. It was frigid, though, which Jesus didn't have the cold. So I feel like if Jesus was as cold as we were, it would have been even harder. But you know, he wasn't. So maybe, okay. But anyways, so I saw Christ in that, through the struggles. Next, what I'm going to be showing right here is, okay. Yeah, you can giggle. Riley, I see you giggling, Riley. I see you giggling, Riley. In the front, right there. Where you at, Riley? Riley, gross. I see you giggling. So, this hand is me. This might be Andrew. I can't remember. It's flipped. Andrew's sitting on my leg. I know Andrew's in the photo, of course. I love you, Andrew. But Andrew's sitting on one of my legs, and Walter's sitting on the other leg. Like my two little kids. And that was post-gala, and that's my proof of the gala. And essentially, what we did at the gala was we act as servants to the people enjoying the gala and donating and, doing the auction. So there was a crazy donation, like 50 bands, 50 bags. Doesn't even matter if it was 50 bags, 20 pence, 5p. That's crazy. That's actually good. I'm actually so glad that they did. A lot of people donated, and I'm very proud of all of you who donated. I know you're not watching this, but, you know, in spirit, you can hear me from afar. Maybe if you have good ears, you can hear me from my room right now. I hope not. But, so I saw Christ in the gala through our servitude and through the donations. Just the kind-heartedness of people. It was really, really heartwarming to see the grace that others show for each other. And, you know, God, one of the things that God calls us to do is to be charitable. Jesus calls us to be charitable, especially in the Bible. And I saw a lot of that when I was working at the gala. There were a lot of very charitable people, and it was a fruitful experience for me, and I'm glad that I did it. My third showcase, I actually have some videos for you. So those will be playing as I'm talking, if I can manage to get that to work. Okay, I'm going to talk over them. So this video should be, well, all of them should be different angles of me power washing the roof of the Mary, the thing covering the statue of Mary outside. And I got a power washer. I got so wet. I got soaked. I was drenched by that power washer. And it was windy and cold. Okay? That's some effort. That was some effort, I tell you. So essentially what we did is we took off the roof of the Mary structure and moved it over to my Uncle Mike's house. And we power washed it with the power washer, because that's what a power washer does, is you power wash. And we got all the dirt and the moss off the roof tiles and kind of cleaned it up. And then we power washed the... how many times am I going to say power wash? We power washed the paint off as well, the red paint, the old red paint, and recoated it with a new... I don't have any videos of the painting, so I wonder... Okay, you're gone. My arm was getting tired. And then we repainted it... Notification. We repainted it with white and blue paint, which is the current Lumen colors, which I feel fits the statue much nicer. And, you know, it's a nice little fresh up. So that was our confirmation project, by the way, which none of the other students in the confirmation class did, which I thought it was required. So I guess they were just slackers or something. I don't know how they even got confirmed. But, no shade. I love all my confirmandi. Yep, that's some Gabe vocabulary. But, yeah, that was our confirmation project. And, you know, it was for Mary, so that's obviously how you saw Christ. You saw Mary, and Mary is the mother of Christ. I do know one of my hours was from, during basketball, when one of our we swapped practices with the girls, and one of our practices it was normal. So it was 6 to 8, because we swapped with the girls, as I had aforementioned. But we had to pick up these mats, the mats that lay across the floor, and we also had to push in the bleachers. But we didn't have the automatic mat pulling tool. So it took so long. It took like an hour and a half, 2 hours to literally just lift up all the mats. And this was on a school night, I have you know, and I had homework, which I could have been doing, but I was hung up on this forced labor. That's what it was. It was forced. But I guess it was technically voluntary, if you look at it from a legal standpoint. But I did see Christ in that, because Christ was a slave. He was a slave at one point. In the desert. Not in the desert. Well, they walked through the desert. That was Moses. Okay, I saw Moses in that moment. I experienced his experience. And he's in heaven now, I think. Oh, wait. Didn't he get locked out? Maybe he came back with the resurrection. When Jesus descended and brought him up. But... Moses was pretty holy, though, so I saw Moses in that moment. Obviously, there was many more graceful acts that I had done, but that was from but the stuff that I explained was just necessary for me to turn in. Honestly, I wouldn't have acknowledged myself for any of my gracious actions that I did, of which there were many. But I wouldn't have told anyone about these ones if it weren't necessary to graduate to my theology grade. I need to keep my theology grade. And I wouldn't have told anyone. But, you know, I had to. And there were much more great, very honorable, holy actions that I did that I did not share. Because not everything is necessary to be shared. You don't need to be recognized for your actions. Only those who seek reward would flaunt about their goodness. Okay? And I'm not doing that right now. I'm not. I'm just giving you an example. Like, pretend I'm an example of someone who would. I did example right now. I did so much good stuff. I'm like so holy and good. Make me the next pope. I will be so corrupt. Okay, back to me right now. Back to Colin. Not that guy. But so I don't like that type of person. So I'm not like that person. So there were a lot of things that I did that weren't mentioned in this video. And some of my hours that I have were from last semester, which I covered in the previous episode, which I will not be showing you because I don't want to and I don't feel like it. So you're probably going to cry about it, I know. Please do, because it's something to miss out on. You didn't save it, and that's your own fault. But I'm not, stop. I'm not going to show you. I'm not showing you. That's that. Anyways, before I was rudely interrupted by Riley. Please, Riley, settle down. You're not seeing the video. There were a lot of things that, went unnoticed, and they don't need to be noticed. And I think that's an important aspect of being a Catholic. You don't have to be recognized for everything that you do. Like, quick little quotes from the Bible. I don't remember where, but I do know it said, because Jesus said, "Do not let your left hand know what your right is doing." And that is very, very true quote, because you shouldn't flaunt about your good doing, because there's no point, because you're not doing it to be good, you're doing it to be recognized, you're doing it for your reputation, for your so-called honor. Like, are you serious? That's the least respectful thing you can do. That's like wrong. I don't like that. But, thank you all for paying attention, because you were forced to watch, so I'm not going to thank you for watching. But I know you guys paid attention, and I'm very grateful. Riley, you did get a little Riley during the video, but I forgive you. I forgive all of you for all of your impudence during the video. But, that's life. That's life, as Frank Sinatra would say. Thank you.